All right, I hope everybody's having a great week. Let's talk use of force this week. Um, that is an area that is going to be a huge part of your considerations if you choose to proceed in a career in law enforcement when you finish your studies here at Kilgore College. We're going to be looking at Chapter 9 of the Penal Code, and I will be attaching uh, the a copy of Chapter 9 of the Texas Penal Code, and I've highlighted some areas that I want you to pay specific attention to. I want you to read the whole chapter. More focus for law enforcement, anyway, is going to be on use of force when it involves other people. There is a section in there regarding use of force, to protect property and things of that nature. Obviously, that may come into play if you do investigations later on in your career when someone is going to have a self defense claim or something like that with regard to, a homicide investigation or something like that. But I want you to focus on because let me back up a minute. When it comes to property and things like that, you may have a homicide investigation where somebody says, "Hey, I was protecting my property," and things of that nature. But anyway, I want you to focus primarily on the use of force for a police officer and look at it through that lens as a police officer and what you're doing. I'll have a video that I'm going to post on here, and there's some questions that I'm going to have about that particular video that I want you to take into consideration as you decide to move forward if you choose a career in law enforcement, especially if you're going to be out on patrol and work in the street. We're going to look at Section 903, confinement as justifiable force. We're also going to be looking at 904 and 905, which have to do with justifiable force as far as using a threat. And then reckless injury, civil remedies unaffected under 906. And then, there's some other things that I'll have highlighted in your not really, I guess you could call it a handout, but anyway, the PDF that I'm going to post in your content folder. I want you to look at this and I want you to read them, and like I said, I want you to have an understanding, looking at it through the lens of a law enforcement official, and kind of get a grasp of what Chapter 9 is all about. There's also an article that I'll be posting. It's from Police One, and it covers the issue and talks about the issues regarding how to explain what police use of force is to people that live in your communities and things like that. And then we'll have a video. On your discussion, I would like for you to post a discussion. It's going to need to be 150 to 200 words. I'll put the specifics about it in the content folder where it has the description and all that kind of stuff. So that's basically it for this week. I want you to take this section very seriously. I want you to do some reading. If you would like to on your own, if you want to look at some other videos or read some other articles, please do us a favor in your discussion. When you do that, if you use those to contribute to the discussion, please cite those. I'm not asking for specific APA citation or anything like that, but if you want to put something in there like in parentheses, retrieve from Police One, and if you can put a link in there so we can go look at the article, that would be great. I also want you to read each other's postings as they come across, because I've been going on 30 years now. I've been in this profession, and I can tell you that I learn something new almost daily about law enforcement. I mean, it's constantly evolving, constantly changing. So it's something that you really have to keep up with. Society's changed, and obviously, as society is changing, the way that we do police work is going to change as well. So I hope that you have a great week. A lot of you you're keeping steady. You're keeping up with your work. Some of you, if you do fall behind, you know how to get in touch with me, and I'll be more than happy to work with you on that. So have a good day and have a great rest of the week.